Esports history was made under the roof of the PSD Bank Dome in Dusseldorf, Germany. 24 Rocket League teams from one end of the earth to the other took to the RLCS World Championship main stage, ready to play their hearts out in the biggest event on the professional Rocket League calendar. Familiar names rose through the ranks. Returning world champions Team BDS from Europe was without a doubt a favourite moving into the semi-finals bracket after laying waste to G2 Esports in the quarterfinals. Monkey Moon, Seiko and Rise put their game faces on when they squared up against home region rivals Team Liquid for a spot in the grand finals. To the crowd's excitement, no one expected the events that were about to unfold.
Final 10 seconds. Team Liquid marching downfield. Atto slowing it down. Goes for the flick, but it's stopped by Rise. Rise staying in the play. Ball up high. Oh, it's heading towards net. Atto's going to have to defend it. Almost a skip shot from Rise.
Here's Rise.
The opening match in the semi-finals was a nail-biter. But after persevering through 2 minutes of overtime, it was Monkey Moon's strike from the rebound that saw BDS assert their dominance. Resetting for the battlefield of Forbidden Temple, Rise would once again prove why BDS was worthy of a shot in the finals, after pocketing the ball off the crossbar for a 3:15 goal. Atto answered back for Liquid in the final 30 seconds, but it was a victory short-lived when Monkey Moon brought the score back in his team's favour with the final goal of Game 2, ending the match 2-1. After a brief timeout to find their bearings and reset, Liquid entered Game 3's DFH Stadium hungry for a win. Unfortunately, things didn't go so well in the opening minutes. Monkey Moon was fast and unpredictable, working circles around Liquid's defence to keep a firm lead. Oski was able to land a point on the board for his team, but with only 38 seconds remaining on the clock, it was too little, too late. Team BDS were on an absolute rampage, sitting one game away from their spot in the grand final to ultimately defend their World Finals title. Game 4 would unfold in the Utopia Coliseum, where Oski and Rise struck a goal for each side. Overtime was intense. It didn't last long before Monkey Moon sealed the deal for the reigning champions.
Seiko trying to break up that clear attempt. Rise, flip, reset. It's awkward for Oski. He wins it! Monkey Moon scores! And Team BDS will ascend to the final level!
The crowd favourites had done it. Grand Finals qualification was theirs. As fate would have it, Spring split major victors Alpha 54, Redosin and Zen, who make up the Team Vitality army, crash-landed through the finals bracket to challenge BDS's rule. Going toe-to-toe with the brutal Carmen Corp lineup, a single goal by Zen after a glorious setup by Redosin is all it took to claim Game 1's map of Manfield, resulting in the perfect start for the all-French squad. Revving engines in the Forbidden Temple arena, Exotic scored back-to-back goals to bring the series back in Carmen's favour. Alpha 54 scored one of his own in response, but was unable to keep the ball in the air after the clock ticked down to 0. The scores were level entering Game 3, and without delay, Zen's accuracy paid off as he scored the first point from just outside of his own goal square. With their second secured by Redosin, Team Vitality fought hard for another 2-1 result. Carmen Corp were feeling the pressure on the main stage.
Vitality hung on to the lead. Zen avoiding a bump, avoids two. Time is gone now. K-Corp got to do it in the air. Exotic, first touch, denied. Vitality take the lead in the series.
Carmen Corp called for a timeout. It was time to turn the series around, and the team did just that, entering Game 4. It was truly a sight to behold, as Hitachi and Vatira pumped continuous goals past the Vitality lineup and into the net. Something came alive on the Carmen Corp side of the stage, as points continued to climb in the highest scoring game of the series. With Exotic scoring their 5th, the crowd got behind their European favourites. In all their glory, Carmen Corp once again proved to the crowd that when it comes to finals time, they could not be underestimated. The teams went to work in the Deadeye Canyon, where Zen scored the game's only goal just under a minute in. A great result for Vitality. Sitting at set point, all Vitality needed was one last game. Zen's shot at goal after a minute and a half would prove vital for the team's win. Zen took another to regain the lead. The crowd was getting behind Vitality in a big way as the team crept closer and closer to Grand Finals qualification. With Alpha 54 increasing the lead, there was nothing that could stop Team Vitality from rocking the PSD Bank Dome.
6 seconds to go. Huge clear. Assurance for Team Vitality.
The Swarm have overtaken the blue one!
Team Vitality blasted their way to a seat in the RLCS World Championship Grand Final. With all their skill and experience, they would need to bring everything they had to knock Team BDS off the top of the World Finals podium. A brutal head-to-head between two European Rocket League superpowers was about to take place in the heart of Dusseldorf. The members of Team Vitality and Team BDS took their seats for the most important series in their careers. Nervous but excited to be playing in front of thousands. A return to Manfield would kick things off between these two Rocket League heavyweights. And after a minute went by, it was Radosin who scored the opening grand final goal. Another was found by Radosin passing the 3-minute mark after a missed opportunity to defend by Monkey Moon. Followed up with a grand play by Zen, Game 1 was snapped up by the Black and Yellow Army, 3-0.
Rice doesn't get the boost off the kickoff. Has to call in Monkey Moon, who again has not found any sort of purchase on the ball. Zen has scored!
With mice, keyboards and controllers at the ready, Game 2 was underway. Manoeuvring around Seiko and Monkey Moon, Radosin found the perfect entry point and scored the first goal of the game. That singular goal would be the only one scored at the Forbidden Temple. Vitality once again found victory in another vicious back and forth. Watching the grand final slip away from them, Team BDS called for a timeout. Something had to change. Vitality was wiping the floor with them, and it all needed to turn around in Game 3's DFH Stadium. Just 2 seconds into the game, Rise struck with ferocity. Vitality knew they were about to deal with a different kind of BDS, leading into the business end of the grand final. Radosin and Alpha 54 answered back only seconds later with solid passes and exceptional goal shooting. Shifting into a higher scoring game, there was no way Vitality was going to let their opponents overthrow them. Seiko pocketed 2 to even the score. For the first time in the series, things were looking up for Team BDS approaching the second half of the game. Bumping bodies in overtime, it was this clutch slam from Zen that ended it all, propelling Team Vitality to tournament points.
Radosin's there, just pops it up. Rice is waiting on the sidewall. Still manages to get a touch in. There's Alpha off the side. Monkey throws himself back.
Team BDS were now in a world of trouble. The Utopia Coliseum was their final chance to turn everything around. That was made even harder after Alpha 54's remarkable pass to Zen for an opening 12-second goal. The crowd was going wild only seconds later when Zen found another. Vitality was on the rise as the new RLCS World Champions, and there was nothing Team BDS could do about it.
Going forward, in for right, left for Monkey Moon.
The team in pink and black strived to find any sort of opening to challenge their opponent, but ultimately fell short as time ran out. That weekend, a past world champion was defeated in front of a screaming German audience.
Every single clear is getting them closer and closer. Team Vitality, they have done it. The best Rocket League team in the world. And you're world champions.
The title, the trophy, and the lion's share of a massive $2.1 million was awarded to Team Vitality, the best Rocket League trio on the face of the earth.
Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with the amazing esport content from around the gaming globe. Only on Unbeaten Esports.